Welcome back. As we get outside in the summer sun, you will want to protect your skin. May was Skin Cancer Awareness Month, but the risk is there year-round. Nikki Burdine spoke with one doctor to find out what you need to know before heading outside.
So everybody has risks, some higher than others. Talk about some things that we need to be aware of.
So certainly folks that have a history of, easily burning their skin, have fair skin, potentially, red hair, family history of skin cancer, those are folks that do have a higher risk of developing skin cancer. And so that's why it's really important early on to do some of those steps like avoiding being in the sun and wearing sunscreen when being outside.
What SPF do you recommend?
SPF 30 or higher is great. So even at SPF 30, that protects you from 95% of that UV exposure. And so even if that's what you have available, 30 or greater is better.
Is it true that if it's like 10 or 15, you might as well not wear anything? Does that have any coverage?
Even if you're using that lower, like 10, maybe that's sometimes in cosmetics or 15, that's still beneficial. Okay. Something's better than nothing. Okay. So making sure that you're wearing some type of sunscreen and then reapplying it throughout the day, making sure you're covering the areas that are easy to miss, but have sun exposure, tops of the ears, back of the neck.
Yeah, I think that's really important because, especially for kids, because they're so hard to wrangle and cover them in sunscreen, but also of ourselves. We don't really think about ourselves, our hat, our ears, like you said, the tops of our feet and our hands. 30 SPF at least. Always wear a hat. What other kind of things should we be doing?
Yeah, so if you notice, there is more clothing now that is UV protective. And so I think if you're going to be outside, try to find shade if possible. If not, UV protective clothing, wearing hats, long sleeves, when possible, is another strategy as well.
And I was just telling you before we started, back in the day, when I was younger, I did not even care about putting on sunscreen. And now I won't go to the mailbox without putting on sunscreen, even on a cloudy day. A lot of people think, oh, on a cloudy day, I don't need to wear a sunscreen, but that's not true, right?
Right. Anytime you're outside, you're exposed to UV light. And so you really need to be applying sunscreen. And then making sure that, if it's a day you're going to be outside all day, making sure you're applying it every 2 hours. If you're sweating, doing yard work, or if you're in the water, say out on the lake, that you need to be reapplying it more frequently than that as well.
And what about going to get checked with a doctor? How regularly do we need to be doing this?
So I encourage any person to be doing regular skin exams. So know your own skin. So recommend doing that on a monthly basis so you can identify if there's any new spots, anything's changing, the classic ABCDEs of any moles or lesions on your skin. And then it's also important to talk to your doctor and understand, hey, if I'm at higher risk, maybe I should be doing routine skin exams with my dermatologist or doctor.
And what are some of the warning signs for spots? Is it if they're perfectly round or jagged?
So the ABCDEs, what that stands for, A is asymmetry. So if the, one side looks different than the other. B is border. So if it's something that has irregular borders that you notice there's some changes there. C is for color. So if there's darker spots, lighter spots in one of those lesions. D is diameter. So if it's greater than the end of a pencil eraser is a good marker to use. And E is evolution. So if you notice a lesion that's changing, so maybe it's bleeding, it's itching, those would all certainly be signs that you should talk to your doctor about that spot.
All right, when in doubt, get it checked out. Thank you so much, Dr. McCain.
Thank you.
All right, you can look up this segment anytime at WKRN.com under the Newsmaker tab.